The Aurora Police Department now at the center of a new controversy. Officers putting a family in handcuffs, mistakenly thinking they were in a stolen car. They were not.
It is just the latest in a string of controversial decisions made by Aurora police officers. And tonight, just as we hear from that horrified mother, in the last 5 minutes, we learn Aurora has named a new police chief.
Vanessa Wilson is the new chief. She's been working to address this incident along with the growing calls for changes in policy, transparency, and accountability.
Denver 7's Addie Guajardo joins us live tonight. Addie?
Well, Shannon, the Aurora city manager is recommending Vanessa Wilson. They're still having to make that final decision on the next interim police chief. He addressed it today, saying that she has taken on head-on some big issues, including firing those officers who mocked the death of Elijah McClain. There has been a lot of backlash from that firing. We heard the Aurora Police Association called her unfit for the job, but today we're hearing a different story. Wilson has been with the Aurora Police Department 23 years. And today, just 30 minutes ago, I want to read this to you before we launch into our story today. She released a statement on behalf of the Aurora Police Department apologizing for a family that was wrongly targeted and held at gunpoint. We have that story.
There's kids.
It's these cries and screams Brittany Gilliam can't bring herself to relive.
That's terrifying. As a parent, that's heartbreaking.
Gilliam says she was searching for an open nail salon while sitting in a parking lot on Bucklet and Iliff in Aurora.
And she's screaming like, hey, auntie, the police.
When officers pulled up from behind.
They got their guns on us. They got their guns on us.
Gilliam was in the SUV with her 6-year-old daughter, 12-year-old sister, and 2 nieces, one 14, the other 17 years old. Police say a license plate reader alerted them the SUV was stolen.
You keep saying that a vehicle is stolen, but you haven't asked for a registration, a license, none of that.
Gilliam was detained and her sister and niece were handcuffed on the ground.
The whole point of you being a police officer is protect and serve for the people. You did not protect and serve. You put a gun on 4 kids.
It turns out the stolen vehicle was actually a motorcycle, not Gilliam's SUV. Both vehicles share the plate number, but they were from different states. Interim Police Chief Vanessa Wilson weighed in.
So the mistake is that the officer was going off of what dispatch told them that was confirmed. So he was acting in good faith that was confirmed. 2
officers apologized, but Gilliam says the damage is done.
I don't accept the apology. No, I don't want to hear that apology.
A traumatic situation, she says, changed her daughter's perception of police.
I hate cops. That's exactly what she said.
They had guns drawn on kids.
Aurora police say it's part of their unwritten policy to pull a gun during a high-risk stop.
At what point was it high risk when you just barely pulled your gun out?
Gilliam is now calling for change.
Get a new damn policy.
Now, Good Morning America will also be having another story on Gilliam tomorrow morning if you want to tune in. As for the next police chief, we are hearing that they will effectively have that position once they are sworn in. So please continue to follow us on all of our platforms because we'll have that one vote once it's in. Reporting live in Aurora, Addie Guajardo, Denver 7.
Thank you, Addie.